Hello everyone, welcome to today's lecture. We're diving into the building blocks of educational research, how studies are designed, and how we judge whether the results are trustworthy. If you have ever asked yourself, how do we really know whether a new curriculum works? Or, can I trust this study I found online? Then, this session will give you the foundation to start answering those questions. And if you have ever wondered if your morning coffee actually makes you smarter or just more awake, you're in the right place. Let's begin with an overview of common research design in educational settings. Think of these designs as different recipes for cooking up knowledge. Some are quick and easy, while others are more like a 5-course meal. First up, we have the pre-test, post-test design. This design measures participants before and after an intervention. Imagine a teacher gives a history pretest at the beginning of the semester. After teaching a new curriculum, she gives a post-test. If the scores increase, she might conclude the curriculum worked. But hold your horses. Without a comparison group, we cannot be sure something else didn't cause the improvement. Maybe the students just got better at guessing answers, or maybe they found a secret stash of history books under their desks. Another example could be a fitness trainer measuring clients' strength before and after a 6-week program. If they lift more weight at the end, is it because of the program or because they were lifting weights on their own time too? Next, we have the quasi-experimental design. This is similar, but uses groups that are not randomly assigned. For example, if one 4th grade class uses iPads to learn math and another class across the hallway uses textbooks, and then we compare their test scores, that's quasi-experimental. The downside? Maybe the iPad class has more tech-savvy students or a teacher with more training. Factors we cannot control. It's like comparing apples to oranges, or in this case, iPads to textbooks. Another scenario might be comparing 2 schools where one implements a new reading program and the other doesn't. If one school shows better results, it could be due to differences in school resources or student demographics. Now, let's talk about the true experimental design. This is the gold standard. Participants are randomly assigned to treatment and control groups. This means any differences we see in outcomes are more likely due to the intervention itself. For instance, 60 students could be randomly split. 30 use a new reading program and 30 use the traditional one. The results are more trustworthy because we removed selection bias. It's like flipping a coin to decide who gets the new reading program. Heads, you get it. Tails, you stick with the old one. Another example could be testing a new drug where patients are randomly assigned to receive either the drug or a placebo. Any differences in health outcomes can be attributed to the drug itself. Finally, we have the single subject design. Used a lot in special education. This involves deep, ongoing monitoring of one student or a small group. Say you're trying a behavior plan with a student showing disruptive behavior. You track their behavior daily before and after starting the plan. That's a single subject design. It's like being a detective following one student's every move to see if the plan works. Just don't forget your magnifying glass. Another example might be tracking an athlete's performance before and after introducing a new training regimen to see if it improves their skills. Now, how do we determine if we can trust the results? That's where validity comes in. Think of validity as the truth detector for your study. Internal validity is about whether the study proves what it claims. Are we confident the intervention caused the outcome? Imagine you're testing a new teaching method. But halfway through, the school cafeteria starts serving pizza every day. Suddenly, students are happier and more engaged. Is it the teaching method or the pizza? That's a threat to internal validity. There are some common threats to internal validity. Selection bias occurs when we let students choose whether to be in the morning or afternoon session. Maybe morning students are more alert. That skews results. It's like letting people choose between a morning jog and a midnight snack. Different energy levels, different outcomes. Another example is if we let students choose whether to participate in an after-school tutoring program. Those who choose to participate might be more motivated, skewing the results. Maturation is another threat since students naturally grow and change over time. If we don't control for time, we might mistake growth for a program effect. It's like watching a plant grow and thinking your singing made it taller, when really it just needed sunlight. For instance, if we measure students' reading skills at the beginning and end of the school year, improvements might be due to natural development rather than the specific reading program. The testing effect happens when giving a pretest influences how students perform on subsequent tests. Think of SAT prep. Students often improve just by becoming familiar with the format of questions on practice tests. Another example is if students take a pretest on math skills and then receive instruction. Their post-test scores might improve simply because they became more comfortable with the test format. Regression to the mean is when extremely low-scoring students often improve naturally because of statistical tendency rather than because of any intervention applied. For example, if we select students with very low scores for a special reading program, their scores might improve simply because they were unusually low to begin with. External validity is about whether the results apply outside of your study setting. Interaction of setting and treatment occurs when results from one setting may not generalize well to another setting with different characteristics, such as resources available or student demographics. For example, a study conducted in a well-funded suburban school might not apply to an under-resourced urban school. It's like testing a new recipe in a gourmet kitchen and then trying it in a tiny apartment with a hot plate. Interaction of selection and treatment happens if only highly motivated teachers volunteered for your study. Thus, results might not apply broadly across all teachers who may have varying levels of motivation or experience. For instance, if a study on a new teaching method only includes teachers who are enthusiastic about innovation, the results might not apply to teachers who are resistant to change. It's like testing a new workout routine with fitness enthusiasts and then recommending it to couch potatoes. Interaction of testing and treatment occurs if taking pretests made students focus differently during interventions affecting generalizability beyond those who took pretests initially. For example, if students who took a pretest on science concepts are more engaged during the intervention, the results might not apply to students who didn't take the pretest. It's like giving someone a sneak peek of a movie and then asking if they like the whole film. Both types of validity matter greatly. High internal validity tells us what happened within our controlled environment, while high external validity tells us where else these findings might hold true outside our controlled environment. It's like having a reliable map and knowing it works for different terrains. So, when you come across new studies or conduct your own research projects, think about two big questions. Did this study actually test what it claimed? Can these results be applied broadly across different contexts? So we are building up our toolbox here so that you become critical consumers capable of not only understanding but also evaluating educational research effectively. And remember, whether it's evaluating new curriculums or even pizza recipes, always question those results thoroughly. Thanks for watching this.